we need to talk about what happened on CNN yesterday with this ICE app. So like some idiot decided to create an app that tracks where ICE is so that psychos can go and essentially stop them from doing their jobs, or worse, harm them. It's ridiculous. At least when Fox talked about it, they told the news story, which is that there is this app, but they didn't promote it, which is really, really different from the way that CNN covered it. So first, you're going to see how Fox addressed the news story.
ICE enforcement officers are seeing a 500% increase in assaults against them. And a lot of this is because politicians like AOC, like Governor Tim Walz, like Gavin Newsom demonize our ICE enforcement officers and give them free passes. And examples like these apps are absolutely obstructing justice. What our ICE enforcement officers are doing is enforcing the rule of law. If these rioters, these activists, and these politicians don't like the law, they should change it. Don't go after our ICE law enforcement. It's disgusting, it's wrong, and it's un-American.
I mean, they talked about the fact that there's an app.
Yeah.
They didn't show it. They didn't name it. They didn't promote it. They didn't tell people how to use it.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do that.
But as Mary Jane Thomas just said, CNN hates America. And so this is what their report looked like.
Steps up ICE raids and mass deportations. One tech developer is pushing back with an app designed to track ICE activity in real time. It's called Ice Block, and it's controversial to say the least. Senator Claire Duffy is with us now. How does this work, Claire, and what are the legal implications?
Wow.
Yeah, John, I talked with Joshua Aaron, who is the longtime tech worker who developed this platform, and he said he really wants it to be an early warning system for people about the location of immigrations and customs enforcement officers. So he says he does not want people interfering with those officers' activity, but he does want people to be able to avoid them altogether if they want. So you open the app, it looks like a map, and users can tap the map to report an ICE sighting in their area, and then everybody who uses the platform within 5 miles of that sighting will get a push alert. This is a free iPhone app. It is anonymous. Aaron says he doesn't collect any user data. And what I think is really interesting about this in this moment is we've seen so many of the biggest leaders in tech supporting President Trump. But Aaron is sort of an example of the fact that there are people within the tech industry who are really resistant to Trump's policies. I asked him what he would say to those tech leaders who, for example, were at the inauguration. Here's what he told me. Take a listen.
Oh, my God.
They interviewed the guy.
I understand that you have shareholders to report to. I understand that you have employees that need their paychecks. But at what point do you say enough is enough?
Okay, and John, I should say that ICE did not respond when I asked them about this platform and about Aaron's opposition to their activity.
Except that ICE says CNN never reached out to us for comment. And if they did, we would have provided this statement in which they said this is reckless journalism. This is overt activism. But the best part about it, I guess, is that now that CNN promoted it, now people are going to it in droves to just put fake locations, right? To make it utterly useless.
I encourage people to do that. Conservatives should go out there and just flood the crap out of it. Just flood it. Look at that tool. Like that's look at him. I mean, it totally tracks. It tracks you guys, doesn't it track? I mean, look at him. I swear. And so they give free advertising for this. They just give free advertising to their 14 followers. But what if somebody developed an app that tracked CNN journalists, MSNBC journalists, ABC, CBS, all of them? What if they tracked all of them? Would they be delighted about that? You know, because this is the thing. ICE agents are just doing their jobs.
Right.
And now CNN just put them in danger. It's
just so
irresponsible,
unfortunately. And it is irresponsible.
You're so irresponsible. Right. Yeah. And listen, if you're breaking the law, you should face consequences. Bottom line about all of this. Like, that's what Soy Boy here needs to understand. If I broke the law, I'd go to jail. And you know what? I'd be separated from my family.
That's how jail works.
That's how committing crimes works in this country.
Exactly. So Karoline Leavitt, when she held her presser yesterday, she had not been made aware of this entire debacle until she was asked a question about it in the press pool. And here is how she responded. And again, this is why I love her, because like it doesn't matter if she is uninformed about a particular topic, she listens, she immediately has a response, and it's always spot on. Here is Karoline.
I just watched a CNN segment on a new app called ICE Block, and it kind of appeared to be promoting this app where you can tell people where ICE agents are. Given the recent rise,
an app that tells people where ICE agents are?
Yes. And given the rise, I believe 500% increase in assaults on ICE agents, I want to see if you could comment on that and why CNN would be promoting such an app.
Well, it's a very good question. I'll have to go back and watch the clip myself, but surely it sounds like this would be an incitement of further violence against our ICE officers. As you know, as you stated, there's been a 500% increase in violence against ICE agents, law enforcement officers across the country who are just simply trying to do their jobs and remove public safety threats from our communities. And that's something we as Americans, including journalists at CNN who live in many of these cities where illegal aliens are hiding and were let in from the previous administration, should be very grateful for. So we haven't seen the clip. We'll take a look at it, but certainly it's unacceptable that a major network would promote such an app that is encouraging violence against law enforcement officers who are trying to keep our country safe.
Caroline?
I think she actually does better when it is off the cuff.
She's phenomenal at her job.
Yeah, like when it's something that she has to read, you know, like when somebody says, "Here's something," you got to like read this tweet. Like I have to read a tweet and I'm blind. It's like she does better when she's just going with the flow. She's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, there's no one that's done. I mean, there's been a lot of good press secretaries, but she is right up there at the tippy top.
Definitely the GOAT.
Could you talk to our audience for just a moment about lean?
Yes, I will. Are you guys like feeling good in your swimsuits, your bikinis, your tank tops? You feeling good about it? If you want to drop a few pounds and you don't want to do the shots or anything weird like that, nothing synthetic weird, you can try lean. Lean is it's great stuff. The science behind lean is powerful. There's all natural ingredients. It maintains healthy blood sugar, controls your appetite and cravings, which is like my biggest thing is like I just like in the afternoon, I want to eat everything in this house. Like that's a big thing. And then it burns fat by converting fat into energy. It's made by the same company that does Field of Greens, which we also talk about Field of Greens on this show a lot. That's superfood drink. And they have a sale that's going on right now. They have an Independence Day sale for, let's see, you can stock up and save big, 25% off of lean, which is a big deal, using the code fireworks25. So you go to takelean.com, use code fireworks25 for 25% off. You guys do it. Lose a few pounds. Everybody's happy. There you go. Stock up.
Tom Homan was on the Benny Show, and Benny asked him for his thoughts about hearing about this ICE app. And here is Tom Homan.
Along with the clip, what's your response to CNN?
It's disgusting. I mean, I cannot believe we're in a world where the men and women who enforce the law are the bad guys, and one who broke the law, they're victims. And look, it's already a dangerous job. You know, ICE agents are arresting the worst of the worst. President Trump committed from day one. We're going to concentrate our effort on public safety threats and national security threats. So right there, the job's already dangerous. But when you're out there tracking ICE movements and giving people a heads up they're coming, that just puts the danger at a whole new level. You know, it's only a matter of time for someone sits in hiding and waits for an ICE agent and tries to take them out.
I don't know how this can even be legal.
I know.
I mean, it's a very fine line. I mean, because I'm all about free speech and like I get it. I get the whole America's free, but like when you put law enforcement into, you know, and this whole notion of putting them into danger, we're crossing the line. I just feel like this is a really strange place to be in this country. And I can't believe that I just can't believe that anybody's a Democrat at this point. I don't understand it. Why do you want to be on that side? Why do you want to be on the side of lawlessness?
It's always on the side of lawlessness and criminals and illegals and people that are doing terrible, awful, horrible things.
I assume it's because they just hate Trump so bad. Like I I don't get it. I just don't understand why these are people, these are good men and women who are just doing their job, and they're just trying to promote the law. That's all.
And
they're upholding the law.
Crime.
Right.
Why are we trying to not allow people to prevent crime? This makes no sense.
This just wouldn't have happened 25, 30 years ago. You know, I'm looking at these people. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. Someone just asked about the code for lien. It's fireworks 25 at takelien.com.
Was I not clear about that? I'm sorry.
No, you were. I think they just missed it and they wanted a repeat.
Yes.
So I just wanted to make sure that everybody heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, here's an interesting development. The White House is currently working on ways to exclude illegals from the U.S. Census. This is according to Stephen Miller. This could potentially take away a bunch of House seats from places like California, who are, of course, flooded with illegals.
Yep.
And this makes all the sense in the world. We should not be determining representation in our Congress based on people who are not even allowed to vote.
Agreed, Mock. Oh my God. And yes,
has
Nick,
to be said out loud, but
get it done. Like Nick said, get it done. It's outrageous that we even like, why would you do that? Well, because they want to win elections. That's why.
Exactly.